Let's see if that works. Okay, hi everybody. Hi. I'm so excited to see you all on this call tonight. I want to welcome New Zealand and our special guests that we've invited on tonight. I really love seeing you here, and I think this is going to be a good call. If you have a notebook, I'd get a notebook and a pencil and we'll get started. So last week, you guys, I threw down the gauntlet and said something really audacious. I told you all that I wanted this team to be Damon's #1 recruiting team, okay? #1 recruiting team. You guys are phenomenal for getting customers. I mean, we rule the CCV, honest to goodness. We have out of, if there are 12 positions, we have 6 of them. So it's crazy good how good you are at getting customers. But here's the thing. To rank up, which means making more money, we need brand partners. We all need brand partners. And we're leaving a lot of money on the table when we don't go after the brand partners, where we're just interested in customers, because you're never going to get that 6-figure a year with just customers. So last week, I asked you guys let's focus on recruiting, and what did you want to know? And we had a lot of you ask about, well, what to say and how to do it and how to convert customers to brand partners and all that sort of thing. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about recruiting, and we're also going to talk about converting customers to brand partners. Now, the one thing I'm not going to talk about tonight are parties. Some people don't like the name parties, so get-togethers, shindigs, girls' night, spa activities, I don't care what you call them. I mean, Jenny just blew me away. She did her party, and I think, Jenny, you can nod your head, but I think you got 8 new customers from that, and so, 10. Okay, so to make it clear, you can really grow your business if you'll have a shindig, a party, a spa night, a girls' night out, whatever you want to do, and get a lot of people. But I'm not going to go into that because there's a lot of training. I think what you'd really like to know is, what to do day by day. So the first step in recruiting is really, really fun. It's really fun. All you do is go out with the intention to make a friend. Now, how do you make a friend? You pay someone a compliment. You open the door for somebody. Best of all, you smile. You want to smile. You want to be attractive. You set a goal every day to go out and make a friend in 30 seconds. It's kind of a self-challenge. I'm going to go make a friend in 30 seconds at Starbucks or the restaurant or the grocery store or whatever. And set a goal to make somebody feel better today. Feel better. Now, by the way, we all need people skills. This is a people business. And so this is where personal development comes in. We have to work on ourselves so that we're attractive to other people. And I think probably the best book that I've ever read that teaches us how to do that is How to Win Friends and Influence People. So I highly recommend you get that book and just start reading it. Remember, people want to do business with people they know, they like, and they trust. But, guys, how does that happen? So the way you get people to like you and listen to you and trust you is that you become genuinely interested in them. You become really, really good listeners. And so you listen. I always let everybody I talk to talk first, but I'll promise you, at some point, they're going to ask you what you do, okay? And when they ask you what you do, we have been taught and we teach others to always lead with the pictures that you have in your phone. You all should have 20 to 30 pictures in your phone. So when someone says, well, what do? You can say, well, let me show you what I do. It's easier to show you than to tell you. And at that point, if, they'll show, wow, woo, that's cool. Can I get more information? I always carry a pen and little white index cards with me because you never know when you're going to need somebody's contact information. So when you say, well, look, I'll send you something, give me your name, your best texting number, and your email, and I'll send you something. And I'd really like to follow up with you. So when do you think you could watch the little video I'm going to send you? Okay, you're going to watch it tonight at 7. How about I call you at 8? I'd love your feedback. Okay, so this process is so easy. You get it, and Amber Olson teaches this all the time. You get excited, you share the product, which can be a video or actually a product, and you follow up. Do you see that cycle that I just did? So, you get excited, you show them the pictures, you get their contact information, you send them something, and you follow up. Okay? Now, it's the same process when you maybe go to a networking group. Like I belong to the Chamber of Commerce here in Albuquerque, and I have some other women's networking groups. So I do the same thing. I get someone's card and I say, I want to get to know you better. Let's go grab coffee together. And then I will simply take the card home. I usually paste it to a bigger index card and write where I met them and just a little something about the shoes they wore or the dress they wore, just so I can remember. And then I'll call and say, hey, we were going to follow up and get to know each other a little better. So once again, when you go do a sit down with somebody, remember, you want to be interested. Don't be thinking about the next thing you're going to say. Listen to them. What do you do? Why do you do what you do? How do you like it? On and on. At some point, they will ask you, well, what do you do? It's the same process. It's the same process. You show them the photos. And if you think this is a person that you might like to get as a customer or give them a loaner, I usually stick a loaner in my purse, with the instructions in a little bag or something. I usually have that with me. But what I've been doing lately is what we really want are the customers. So I say to them, I brought a bottle here. I loaned this bottle out for 5 to 7 days, and I'm happy to do that for you. But really, all you're going to get is to smell it and feel it. And a better way to do it is to be a customer, even for just a month, because that's when you're going to get real results. So I would recommend that you be a customer, and you and I will agree on a date that I will call you back, and we will definitely stop another bottle from coming. You can count on me to do that for you. We at Nerium do not want anyone to use our products that don't love them, and we are happy to give our people a money-back guarantee. I promise you it doesn't happen very much, maybe 2% of the time, but it's reassuring, I know that, for you to know that you could get your money back, okay? And there's a chance they might just say, no, I want to use the product, and that's fine. But that's another alternative to just have them jump in and be a customer. So I want to see a show of hands. How many of you can talk about the product all day long and never, ever mention the business? Tell the truth. Raise your hand. Okay. All day long you can talk about the Jenny, so good. Talk about it, but never mention the business. So wait a second, okay? You love the business, but you can't tell anybody about it, right? Is that how it works? You love the business, but you can't talk about it. Now, does that sound a little crazy to you? if you have a job that you love, or you work for a company that you love, wouldn't you just be talking about it all the time, about how much you love your job? And if there was an opening at your place of business and you love that place, wouldn't you tell people, hey, you should really take a look at it? And so saying something just as easy as, hey, I love doing what I'm doing. I think it might be perfect for you. Just take a look. You know, that's a pretty easy way to do it. Okay, so a lot of you mentioned that you really didn't know what to say. So you were afraid, you were uncertain, you were anxious about even discussing it. So you know what? I'd like to play a little game here with one of you who would role play with me. And let's get to the bottom of what's going on with why that's happening to some people. So is there anybody out there that would like to do this with me? Somebody who's really afraid to talk about the business, doesn't know what to say, and we'll do a little role playing and see if we can get to the bottom of what's going on. So you can just unmute yourself if you'd like to do this with me. I can call on you too, you know. Okay, Jenny.
Yeah.
Okay, Jenny. All right.
Hands on.
You're the badass I always knew you were. Okay. So, Jenny, so here's the thing. Is it okay if I ask you maybe 3 questions?
Sure.
Okay. So tell me, what were you looking for when you joined this company? What were you hoping to get out of it? Why did you join? What were you
So this is just for me personally?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, to tell you the truth, when I first joined, I was probably one of the biggest skeptics out there. I was kind of like, oh, still not sure. But there was this little nagging thing in me going, what if that was the one thing that could get me off the hamster wheel that our family was on? So it was just to, yeah, we'd sort of had our 10-year anniversary of being in the place where we were, and the mortgage still keeps coming in, and we still didn't really feel like we were that much further ahead, and the kids were growing bigger. So yeah, just to get off that hamster wheel, probably.
Would you say that then it was for economic reasons that you thought you wanted to make more money?
Probably, yeah, that was definitely part of it, to help with the kids and the family.
Okay, more money, help with the family, pay some bills, right?
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so why did you choose Nerium? There are hundreds of companies out there. So why did you choose Nerium?
I guess it was a family member that come to me, so I was kind of like, oh, give it a shot. And yeah, I liked, I guess I had a couple of good pre-way calls, and liked what I seen with the products, and am loving the products even more now. But yeah.
Okay, so a family member came, introduced you to the products, and you liked the products. Okay, so what's my third question here? Oh, tell me what you love the most now that you've been in Nerium for a while.
Probably the biggest thing for me is being able to work it around my kids and my family, so I don't miss out on any of their school activities. I can be there for all the assemblies, all the sports things, and still means I have to do the work, obviously, but just that time freedom.
Time freedom, okay. So if I heard you right, you were looking for some way to gain financially, look after your family, and you, through a friend, through a relative, you were introduced to the products and you like them a lot. And what you like best is that you can just work this from home and not miss the kids' events and just kind of squeeze it into your life, correct? All right.
Sounds quite simple, doesn't it?
Will you tell me that story In 30 seconds, 30 to 40 seconds, will you tell us all, you know, what you were looking for, why you chose Nerium, and what you like best, and do it in 30 to 40 seconds.
Okay. Okay, so when I was first introduced to Nerium, like I said, I was a little skeptical, but I just decided that I would give it a go. I was introduced by a family member, and she sent some products over. I really liked the products, and I just had this little thing in my gut saying that this could be the way to get off the hamster wheel that my family had found ourselves on. So yeah, and really glad that I have joined Nerium. It's given me the time freedom, so I no longer have to miss kids' school events. I can be there for them, and I can fit it into the cracks of my day. So yeah, it's been perfect.
Fantastic. Now we'll cut that down to even shorter.
Yeah.
But you guys want to know what to say? That's what you say. This is your story. It's honest, it's real, it's authentic, it comes from your heart. No one has that story but you, and you have it with you all the time. So let's do it. One more person that would volunteer. You see what we're doing here. You know, you just go through what you were looking for in your life, why you chose Nerium, and what you like best. Somebody else just jump in and do that for us so that we're really clear on how this works.
I'll jump in.
Okay, cool.
So my story is, after being laid off twice in 18 months, I was looking for some financial security that I didn't have to, so I wouldn't have just one source of income. And I am extremely busy because I have a full-time job and I take care of my mother. And this is something I can actually fit in. I don't want to say fit in the cracks, but that's what it is. Fit in the cracks of the free minutes I have. And a family member introduced me to the products, and I really do love the products. So I haven't tried one I didn't like. So they're all wonderful. I have a hard time picking sometimes, but that was my story.
And what do you like best about being part of Nerium?
The team. The people are so positive, and I've always been a positive person, and I pride myself on being around positive people. I have no time for people that are not positive.
Fantastic. Do you guys get the gist of this? So that's what you say. And so you have your story, and you all can work on it, but you can tell that story anytime. You could tell somebody that story when you call them back for the follow-up. I actually like to tell the story, my story, in the very beginning. So if I meet someone, I have their card, we've gone for coffee, I might say to them, I'm listening to them, and then they say, what do you do? And then I show them, and then I say, but I want to be totally honest with you. I love, love, love my customers. But what I'm really looking for are the sharpest, business-savvy people I can find who wouldn't mind making an extra $500 to $1,000 a month. I grew up with a single mom, and money was always an issue. She worked really, really hard, and I worked really, really hard, too, as a real estate agent. I wanted time freedom, and I wanted money freedom. I joined Nerium because I fell in love with the products. There's nothing like them in the world. Plus, I wanted to help people. And I wanted to help other people make money and have more time freedom. Now I'm doing just that, helping a lot of people live life better and having tons of fun along the way. That would be my story that I would introduce at some point. So I would also say to someone, imagine how great it would feel to have a second paycheck coming in. Just imagine what that would feel. I don't know if this business would be right for you, but I think you'd be perfect for it. Is it okay if I send you a video that talks about the business? And I like sending why Miriam, why now. You guys might have one you like better, but it's a matter of sending a different video sometimes. Let me send you something about the business. I think it'd be perfect for you. That's all you'd have to say. So that's pretty much the way to do that part. Mitchell, go ahead, ask.
Could you just repeat or use the 3 questions that you asked so I can write them out?
Oh, yeah. How about we do that at the end? Will you remind me?
Okay. Yep.
Okay. So now let's talk about customers. The customers, it's almost easier here with the customers. They're the warmest market that you'll ever have. They already love you. They already love the products. They've seen some of the videos and they've used some of the products. They already know, like, and trust you. So how do you convert some of these customers? Of course, not all, but how do we do this? It can be as easy as a phone call. I don't know, is Janie on the phone? I mean, is Janie on here? I was gonna do this with her. Janie, will you play with me? Unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Okay, so I would call Janie and say, she's my customer. And this is really how it goes, you guys. Hey, Janie, it's Ellery. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Ellery?
I'm so good. Hey, really, we need to connect again and see each other sometime soon. But let me tell you the reason I'm calling. And I'll be brief, I promise. Miriam is growing like crazy. It's been such a blessing to me, allowing me to have more money and more time and bless a lot of other people. I'm expanding my business in Taos, and I know you know everybody. And I'm looking for people who'd like to make an extra $500 or $1,000 a month. I'm the daughter of a single mom, and I know how much that would have meant to my family. Do you know anybody like that? Now, at that you guys, at that point, when I say to Janie, do you know anybody like that? You shut up and never, don't say another word. You let her answer. Okay, and Janie, you don't really need to answer. Okay. I'm just going through the process of how that works, okay? Now, they will answer you in one of 4 ways. Number 1, they'll say, well, how about me? How about me? Number 2, I might be interested, but what's involved? Can you give me more information? Okay. Number 3, well, yeah, I know a couple of people that might be looking for something. I'll introduce you. And number 4, no, I really don't know anybody, but if I think of somebody, I'll call you. Now, you guys, approaching people this way, approaching customers this way is magic. It's not intrusive, and you haven't even asked them directly. You've simply asked them to help you, and people love to help. And here's the best thing of all. You'll never get a no, okay? Is that a big high five? You'll never get a no if you do it that way. So, you know, to motivate and inspire, we, hold on a second. To motivate and inspire you guys, we're gonna have a contest for the month of July. And the name of the contest is called Jump Ahead in July. And there's going to be a $100 prize. And you're going to get oodles of recognition on Top Global. And there may be some other things I throw in. So here's the prize. Whoever gets the most brand partners in the month of July, starting July 1st till the 31st, wins. If 2 of you tie, for example, whoever has the most customers win, okay? So this is really, really just to inspire you to move forward and you know, do the activity. So practice, here's what you can do. Practice telling your story to each other. Role play with each other. People don't care what you do, but they care why you do it. And you guys, fear is all in your head. So get over it, okay? Get over it. Speak from your heart and you will attract brand partners and customers, and you'll make lots and lots of friends. So I'm going to open it up for a couple of questions. I don't want it to go too long, but you can, I know Mitchell, you wanted me to give you these questions again, so let me give you the questions. Okay, where are they? Okay, so you're going to say to someone, or if you're working with somebody or yourself, why did you join this company? What were you looking for? What did you hope to achieve? What did you want to gain? What is your why for joining? Number 2, why did you choose Nerium? Out of all the hundreds of companies out there, why did you choose Nerium? And number 3, where's number 3? Oh, what do you like best about Nerium? What is your favorite part about Nerium? Then bring that down to 30 to 40 seconds. This is what I was looking for. I chose Nerium because, and this is what I love the most. And that's your story, and that's what you talk to people about. Those are the words that you use. Okay? So if you have a question, we have a few minutes we can answer questions, and then I have some announcements.
Ellery, could you just say that first one again? I didn't quite get it all.
Let's see. If you were going to write down or say, Lynette, why did you join Nerium? What were you hoping to get from joining? When I said my part, I said I was looking for time freedom and money freedom, and I wanted an opportunity to help a lot of people. Why did I join Nerium? Because I fell in love with their products. They are the best products in the world. And what do I love best? I love that I have time freedom and money freedom, and I'm helping a lot of other people do the same thing, and I'm having tons of fun doing it. You see how quickly that can go with a little practice? Okay. Who else has a question?
I have a question.
Okay.
Can you run through your question about how you ask people one more time? I've got most of it down, but I just want to kind of hear it one more time.
How I ask people what?
For help. Do you know anybody? Yeah.
Okay, all right. So like when I'm talking to Janie, for example, I made notes on this, so it may sound a little stiff. I mean, you would talk very naturally, but I wanted to have it down in case you wanted me to repeat it. So I would say, hey, Janie, it's Ellery. How are you? I really want to catch up with you sometime soon. Let's go have coffee or whatever. Hey, but the reason I'm calling, and believe me, I'll be brief, Nerium, my company Nerium is growing like crazy. It's been such a blessing to me, allowing me to have more money and time and bless a lot of other people. I'm expanding my business in Taos, and you know everybody. I'm looking for people who would like to make an extra $500 or $1,000 a month. I'm the daughter, see, I want to get a little bit of my personal in there. So I'm the daughter of a single mother. Right now she's thinking of all the single mothers she can think of. I'm the daughter of a single mother, and I know how much that would have meant to my family. Do you know anybody like that? And then zip it. Right, zip it at the end. Let her answer, okay? All right, who else has a question before action steps and announcements? Anybody else? Okay,
Yes.
good. You've got Mitchell. Do you want to talk? Did you say? Okay, go ahead. Ask a question.
Of course. Well, in having this conversation with Damon, as I have somewhat recently, my question was always, because some, like Romy talks about leading with the business, other people talk about leading with the product. I know you gave us the example of if we're approaching an already customer, an already preferred customer, that's a different conversation. But we're producing somebody not involved at this point. Do you have any idea your preference for how you approach?
I lead with both. Because remember, I show the photos. And when I did the sit down, I show the photos and then I say, I love my customers. And I'm always looking for customers. I love, love, love them. But I've got to tell you the truth. I'm also looking for the sharpest business savvy people out there to join my team. People who would like to earn an extra $500 or $1,000 a month. And I think you'd be perfect for it. It may not be for you, but could I send you a video about the business? And you see how I've done them both together. Because I'm like you, well, how do you lead with one or the other? Somebody says the business, somebody else says the product. I just like doing it all together, and then they have a choice. So, make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay.
Go
ahead.
Ellery.
Yes.
I was just going to say really quickly touching on what Mitchell was just talking about. I get excited about the business and sometimes I lead just with the business and people say, that sounds really super exciting. And if I love the product, I would like to learn more. Like I set up a lot of people, but I get a lot of feedback. I have to believe in it. I need to love the product. So I think I just got a lot of people out there. I got to just get my horse and touch base with maybe.
Beautiful, 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 Shelley. Now you see with the customers, you all have a ton of customers. So would it make sense during the month of July, as soon as you can, to start calling these customers back and doing just what I did with Janie? Okay? Miriam is really taking off. And I'm looking for people who want an opportunity, who'd like to earn some extra money. And so there's activity there to just go back and call your customers. Okay? So you all need a game plan for the month of July. So please get in touch with your sponsor and make sure that you have a game plan. Everybody needs a workout partner, so let's make sure you've got one. And if you don't, be sure to let me know and we'll get things rolling for you. For those of you who have not read Get Over Your Damn Self, it is the blueprint for building a network marketing business. She cusses like a fisherman out at sea. You're gonna love it. Okay? My favorite chapter is called Fuck Fear. So we're just talking about that right now. All right? Read it, reread it. That's another thing. And then there's a book if you want more languaging. This one's kind of corny in places, but I found some real nuggets here. And it's called Icebreakers by Big Al, what's his name? Schreider. Go to Amazon and type in Icebreakers. He'll tell you how to use the words to break the ice with anybody. So I want to announce that we have 2 new products coming down the pike, and they are in a monster, and I'm quoting, monster category, okay? 2 new products in a monster category. We're going to learn in Las Vegas a new sampling program, and there's going to be a brand new trip announced. So we got a lot of things going on now. And I will tell you that it's important that you not just wait for conference, because conference takes a whole week out of your month. So you want to start on this activity right away because you're going to lose some time, you know. So this is something you want to start on right away. And I have one other request. If anybody has a last minute badass recommendation or overachiever, please text it to me ASAP. And I think that's it. So next week, I think what we'll do is get Jamie and Mitchell on because they each have an amazing tracking way to keep track of their customers. And we have something new that I'm going to bring in soon as I figure out how to do it. But we're going to ask them to come on next week. And then I would love to take turns with your story. I'd love you all to be ready to give your 30 or 40-second story and just tell it to each of us, okay, by next week. Sound good? All right. Go ahead, Mitchell.
I found the 2 books that Romy recommends.
Okay, why don't you not give those to her, though? You can just get them to me, okay, and we'll talk about it. All right. So, you know what? I'm gonna turn off the recording.
Good night.
What? I'm gonna turn off the recording.